We had a conversation with Representative Diamond Garcia, right, regarding House Bill 2203, which would require those interested in buying a home here in Hawaii to be kama'aino. They have to be residents, right? And it was a hot talker yesterday, Mills.
Oh yeah, brother, this subject is blowing up on social media everywhere. My page, sister's page, your page, our life page as well. Everybody is chiming in. I would say like 99% of the people that was chiming in, everybody's for it. Like, it's giving everybody hope.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But, you know, HB 2203 is actually a companion bill. So what Diamond Garcia was talking about was the House bill, right? But there's a Senate bill, 2617, which was introduced by Republican Senator Brenton Awa. And at last check, his IG post has over 9,000 likes and over 500 comments. And in fact, they are right now in, is it called session? They're right now in session discussing a hearing discussing this particular bill.
Hopefully, I'm not sure, but maybe if it's still going on, we can kind of dip into it and see how people are reacting and how the committee is reacting to it. So we'll see that. But I know I reached out to Senator Awa's office, and at the last count, they had about 3,000 people that submitted testimony just for today's bill, and they were still counting all the submissions. So again, as you mentioned, this is definitely a hot topic, and you know, it's all on everybody's the front of everyone's mind. Now, yesterday we asked Representative Garcia about the legality of this particular bill, and here's what he said.
It died last session. The reasoning was from the AG that these are not constitutional. We disagree, however. It's been passed in some other states and not been challenged by the federal government.
Wow. And I mean, as we mentioned, we had a whole bunch of people commenting and dropping their comments on the social media
That's
accounts.
Right. At Eva Loren 71 says, roots to the land, not resident. Maybe not possible, but I really wish we could start there.
One of our friends, Ui Kumuhone, says, quote unquote, maybe even a 10-year resident requirement to lessen the folks just moving here, becoming residents and buying house, question mark. Just a suggestion.
Wow, 10 years.
10 years.
I'm gonna up that. Wow. And again, you can still go to our Facebook or Instagram pages and comment as well. Now, we reached out to the Attorney General's office yesterday. They held back on comments because the bills are still pending. However, the AG's office did submit written testimony to the Senate committee, and in the AG's office, or the AG's office cites several violations against both the United States Constitution and the Hawai'i Constitution, and I think I had like 8. 4 against the Hawaii Constitution, 4 against the U.S. Constitution, including the Commerce Clause, Equal Protection Clauses, Article 1, Section 5 of the Hawaii Constitution, the Federal Fair Housing Act. So there's a whole bunch of things that could potentially leave the state of Hawaii open for lawsuits and stuff. But I like what because we had a chance to read through the statement, and there's a part in it that kind of like got my interest.
What's that?
It said that the department has grave concerns regarding the constitutionality and legality of this bill and the potential for this bill as written to subject the state to litigation and to cause the state to incur substantial monetary liability. The two words that stood out to me was as written.
Right. So maybe if we tweak the language, that it's a chance that it might pass through.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, change the verbiage.
Yeah.
Change the narrative, right?
But the tough thing about it is that if you change the verbiage, are we going to have to wait until next year's legislative session for it to push through again? You know, I mean, that's where the worry comes.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be kind of pushed up. But we do have, if we can dip into the hearing right now, I just saw Senator Jarrett Kehokololi, who represents our district in Kaneohe. He is the chair of this committee, and you can see that committee room loaded with people. And we actually got a young person going up and delivering a statement. So let's try and see if we can tune in.
I'm here to express my unwavering support for the initiative to ban foreign buyers from owning real estate in Hawaii. It's not about exclusion, it's about survival and preservation, ensuring that Hawaii remains a place where its native people and local residents.
Sort of difficult to hear. I guess, I'm not quite sure why they would put a music bed or, music underneath, maybe so that we cannot hear it. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah.
But at least play Hawaiian music, you know what I mean? Well, who's it? Is that the...
No, when he was playing the music bed, I was feeling sad.
And I have to tell you, all three of us were leaning in.
Yeah.
We're leaning in, trying to hear what's going on.
It's almost like that Sarah McLachlan Lachlan song, yeah?
Oh, no.
Eyes of an Angel. So everybody, like, we all crying over here in studio, but
And then we all
I was
adopt
gonna go
puppies.
emo. I was gonna go emo over here. But I mean, you saw how much people was in the room, and you
Yeah.
said what, over 3,000 testimonies or anyway.
And I believe at one point when you tried to submit testimony online, it was difficult.
Yeah.
So people were like, I'm just going to go down.
well, it's the state computers, pretty much
Oh,
outdated.
1962.
Yeah, so it's dealing with all of those challenges. But of course, coming up on Island News at 5 p.m., our Kristen Concilio had a chance to speak with Democratic Senator Jared Kehokalole, who co-signed the Senate bill, by the way, as well as Representative Diamond Garcia, who introduced that House bill. So we'll get to see that coming up at 5 o'clock right here on Island News at 5.